Alright, we're on German turn 3 here, and I forgot to discard this card, so let's discard that. Okay, and let's see where we're at with the Germans. Again, we probably just want to keep some fire on these guys in the wire if we can, and advance if we can. We're entrenched, and I should mention entrenchment, you can only entrench on open ground, hill, woods, or brush. So you can't entrench in any of the wet, watery, or man-made kind of structures. So no buildings, stream, marsh, or walls. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's see what we've got in our hand. All right, a movement card, and you can see it's a split card, so we'll look here to see if the Germans can use it. We see our Germany symbol there, so we can. So we have wood, we have movement possibility, we have something to move into, we even have a rally card if we get pinned, got a little other terrain, and we got a fire 17. So we know that we have a relative range fire of 9 right now at 1 because we set it up that way. So we have the option. Do we move our group B, our fire base, or do we move our group A? I'm thinking we move our fire base forward so they can put even more effective fire on the Americans, and then we'll advance our movement group. So I'm going to play the cards for that. I'm going to play a movement card here in the terrain and movement area. Increase our ranged chit. You'll notice now that this puts us at relative range 2 to group B US here because we add these together, right? So that's 1, 2. So now on our next turn, our fire would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it went up just a little bit. All right. And then what about our other group here? They don't have enough firepower to fire. They have no movement cards to move them. So at this point, we'll discard a card. Try to see which one is our least useful here. And the way that I would think through this is I want to move. I think about what I want to do in the next turn, right? Or a few turns in advance, but I want to move Group A forward, maybe move Group B forward again. We'll see. So it's good to have a little bit of terrain. The rally we might want to hold on to in case we get shot at somehow. Just moving makes you a little vulnerable, so it doesn't hurt to have a concealer rally card to help you out with that. And fire 17, you know, that's a strong fire card, and I don't think that I'm going to use it in the next few turns. So again, I am not the, you know, my strategy is what it is. So others may disagree, but I'm going to go ahead and discard the fire card and hold on to the others. So we'll discard that. Redraw. Oops. There we go. And draw there. And we'll move on to the Americans' turn. Alright, as the American, we're breathing a sigh of relief because we didn't get shot at in the wire. We're also really glad that we have a movement card here. You can see we also have a building card. Now remember, for scenario A, the first 5 of these guys are going to be taken sort of out of the game. So they're not discarded into the discard deck. If I were to discard this card, it would go off to the side and we would keep track until we have 5. And they also don't get reshuffled in during the game when you reshuffle the deck. So let's see here. The wire is our priority here. So now we have everybody rallied. We did that last turn. So we're going to play this movement card. You see this movement card has the word flank on the side. Most of the movement cards don't have these words. So they're just advance, retreat. You can also move sideways, a lateral move to get into better terrain, and sometimes for some other reasons. But some of the movement cards have flank, and some of the movement cards have ford. There are more fords, I believe, than flanks, so the flanks are the rarer ones. We can't use this now because we want to use it to get rid of the wire. But so when and if it comes up, we'll talk about flank. Basically, you're kind of getting into a good position against an enemy adjacent group, and it gives you a firepower bonus. So, but we're not going to use it that way now. We're just going to use it to get rid of the wire. So I'm going to put this on top of the movement card here. And that means that the wire card goes away. So these are going to be discarded. We do not increase the range chit for this. That movement is not moving us closer to the enemy. So, and that's our action for this group. And for our other group, you know, the only thing I'd really want to use this other group for is to maybe put some fire on people. But let's see what they've got. The closest person to US Group A is German Group B. So if we add those, 1 and 1 is 2. So we're at relative range 2. So I should discuss just briefly how this works when you're shooting at a group adjacent to you, right? So you can shoot straight across. You can shoot to across sort of, adjacent. So in that case, from German Group A to US Group B. But, oops, looks like I dropped a card over here on accident when I was trying to put it in our hand. We're just going to drop it on top. What if, however, German Group A wanted to shoot at German Group C? If there were people there, can they do that? The answer is yes. The drawback to doing that is that you have to subtract 1 from your fire strength because they're so far away. Okay? So for the adjacent group, it's no penalty. For the next one over, it's -1. For the next one over, let's say they wanted to shoot at Group D, it would be -2. So, yep, so that's how that works. But let's see what they're at 2. 1, 2, 3. So they got 3 firepower, so still not very strong. So, getting those guys out of the wire was our primary goal, and we did that. Using that action was important enough to sort of override the discard to get better hands. Because we're the US, we can only discard 2 if we don't do anything else. So not an option for us this time. So that will end the US turn. So I'm going to discard the cards on the table here. And I had forgotten to put this one away from the Germans. Okay, we're going to redraw into the American hand. And it's going to be Germany's turn.